Hello and welcome to Salary Voodoo, the show right here on the MMA Engine, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, bring you 3 fights to give you a different perspective for GPP tournaments at UFC Vegas 66 this weekend, headlined by Sean Strickland and Jared Cannonier. I actually did that right for the first time ever. Guys, do not mind my Rudolph impression. I've just been blowing my nose so much that apparently I needed to have a zit or an ingrown hair on the inside of the tip of my nose. So that's what we're dealing with here over at the Monkmatician's super secret lair. Guys, it's the last week, last Salary Voodoo of 2022. Let me just say it has been a pleasure. And this is not coming to an end. But this year, it has been an absolute pleasure to not only see the growth of the MMA engine itself, but also the growth of Salary Voodoo. This is just some weird statistical shit that's possibly meaningless. Hopefully not. But I think it's going pretty well. But you guys have been, beasts in the comments all year, giving me fights to talk about, so we can have some fun, because that's what this is. That's what this show is supposed to be. It's supposed to be weird stats, fun stats that nobody else has. This is just between you guys and the Monkmatician, so I really appreciate it. And then Kenny too. Kenny, he was just eating, so he's probably still doing that. He's not going to come out for that. Hopefully he'll make an appearance on this last show of 2022. But guys, we have 4 weeks off until 2023. Maybe I'll redesign some Salary Voodoo. Maybe we'll get some new numbers in there as soon as I figure out my my end of year countdown stuff with between weight classes and all that. We will get that figured out. So guys, please hit the like on the MMA Engine, or sorry, like on this video, sub on the MMA Engine. My brain is still mush apparently, so one of the last shows of the year, so let's get it going. Guys, what is Salary Voodoo? You're like, you've been rambling so long, I don't even know what it is. Well, here's what it is. You can read this. I always read it. I'm not reading it this week, guys. Why don't you put those I was going to say put those literacy skills to the test, but I can't even say it, so I can't, I'm not allowed. Yeah, comment the fights you want to see from UFC, who knows what, coming up next year, 2023, 4 weeks from now. Click Tapology, click that arrow over until you get to UFC, whatever it is. I honestly don't know if it's the pay-per-view. I have no idea what it is, guys. Whatever it is, though, find yourself a fight you want to hear about from a Salary Voodoo perspective and leave a comment down below of this video, and we will talk about it on that video 2023. Other than that, guys, let's get right into it. How did we do last week? Well, we did okay. First fight we told you to focus on was Billy Q and Alexander Hernandez. I may have even said focus on the Billy Q side. I'm not for sure though, but we gave you that fight to target, and dang it, I'll be gosh darned if Billy Q didn't make the optimal lineup. Scored a ton of points. What did he put up? 125.2, the 3rd highest score on the entire card. Guaranteed himself a spot on the optimal, so we got 1 there. Next fight we told you to target was Drillia Topuria going against Bryce Mitchell. We told you to play Drillia probably, and he smashed. I mean, he was one of my highest exposed players of the week. Scored 100.94 points, made the optimal lineup, guys, right off the bat. 2 of 2. It does go downhill from there, though. Dricus Duplessis and Darren Till, we said, probably not going to target that one from a Salary Voodoo perspective. Well, Dricus Duplessis almost scored 1,000,000 points in the first round against Till. 125.59 is what he ended up with. Did make the optimal lineup, so we lost that one. That one was not a frozen jack. And then Patty and Jared Gordon, guys, we told you to fade this one. Jared Gordon made the optimal lineup in a loss at 58 points. He scored 58 points, $7,100. He made the optimal lineup. So guys, all I have to say is you guys killed it. You picked 4 fights, and all 4 of those fights were on the optimal lineup. So fantastic. Great on you. I feel like this is all finally coming together. I only told you to play 2 of them, though, so I cannot take any credit. 50% is better than 25% or 0. But, man, you guys sure know how to pick them. All 4 of your fights made the optimal lineup, so I hope you all did very well in DraftKings. we've babbled long enough, almost 5 minutes. Let's get right into it, guys. First fight of the night, picked by AJ Philbrick. Thank you so much for your contribution, AJ, not only to this show, but to all the rest of the shows in the previous year of 2022. 8,200 for Said Nurmagomedov going against 8,000 for Said Yakub Kakhramonov. Guys, Salary Voodoo is about nothing other than we play the salaries here. We don't play fighters. This does happen to be the battle of the Saids, but we that's just a consequence, you know, that's just a byproduct of the salaries. We're looking at salary stats here. Bantamweights make optimal lineup 50.46% of the time. Fighters from fight number 5, that was hard to say, 50% of the time they make the optimal lineup. This is a pretty good number. Let me bring up Salary Voodoo on my computer as well, on my PC. My computer, right, ain't got no games. Let's see, salary pair, 52.78% optimal when 82 and 8,000 fight each other. That is, and we're under leveraged actually, 2.34%. If you see negative leverage, that is good. That means get it in your lineup. That means it is making the optimal lineup more than it is being rostered. So negative salary leverage is fantastic. Average ownership for 8,200 is 26.94%. We are over leveraged almost 5% though, guys. So that means it is being used, or it is making the optimal lineup 5% less than it is being rostered, and it is a favorite salary. This is an orthodox versus orthodox matchup. 25% finish win rate for 8,200, 21% decision win rate. Meanwhile, across the board, 8,000, 21% finish win rate, 29% decision win rate. Average ownership for the dog salary here, 23.5%. And here's the money. We are under leveraged 7% to this salary, guys. Keep that in mind. 7% under. That is fantastic leverage for us. 8,200 has made the optimal lineup 16 out of 72 matchups here. It's not a bad number. 22.22% though, it's not great either. You want it to be 25 or above. Anything over 30 is amazing. We're at 22.22. Shout out to all you numerologists out there. 45.83% win rate, guys. That's not great, or it's not terrible, I mean, but it is a favorite salary, and we're getting a 46% win rate. Not ideal. When it does win, 8,200 only makes optimal 48.5% of the time. This is not a good number, guys. 93.5 average DraftKings points per win. Let's go across the table. 22 times the $8,000 salary has made optimal lineup. That is an optimal rate of 30.56%, a fantastic number. Win rate of 50%, and it is a dog salary. We got the advantage on the win rate. 61% optimal when it does win. That is almost 13% higher than its $8,200 counterpart. Scores about 1 point less at 92.65%. Guys, these are pretty good numbers here. Not so much for the 82. It's not terrible, but it's not great. The $8,000 side, though, really picks up the slack here. And that's what I mean. It is under leveraged by 7%. Get $8,000 in your lineups. I personally like Said Yakub for the win this week. Guys, what do we have here? AJ, what do we got? 82 and 8,000. Good voodoo, bad voodoo. Uh-oh. What just happened? I just pushed a button. It did something. There we go. All right. Good voodoo, bad voodoo. There we go. I do this every week, and yet I'm still surprised. We got ourselves a Bernie, guys. If you see a Bernie, it's time to party, man. Come on. Bernie's that good voodoo. We got them circular glasses, that wry little smile with that dark caterpillar right on his lip. Fantastic. Look at that head of hair. My goodness. For a dead guy, that is a quality head of hair. We got that good voodoo. I mean, look at 3 good hairlines across the board on this screen right now. Okay, not including mine. I was talking about the Saids and Bernie. I've got a great beard line, though. Don't get it twisted. The salary score of 8,200 is about average. 8.74, that is 16th best out of 30 salaries. 8,000, though, is much better than that. 6.91 salary score. That is the 8th highest overall. Guys, play this fight. I love the $8,000 side, but get one of these guys in your lineups at least. Next fight. We've got 8,900 going against 7,300, picked by the Green Reaper. Thank you, Green. Another steadfast contributor to this lineup, or to this lineup, to this show in the year 2022. Really appreciate you, and we hope to see you just as often in 2023. A lightweight fight here. Lightweights make optimal lineup 51.26% of the time. This is fight number 13 as it stands now, the co-main event of the evening. That fight makes optimal 53.13%. The salary pair, not good. Not good at all. The salary pair of 89 and 73, when they fight each other, make optimal 37.31% of the time. We have 12.5% positive leverage, guys. Positive leverage is not positive. It is bad. It's a negative. Positive is to be positive is to be negative in the leverage game. You do not want to see that. That is an extremely high number. It means we are rostering this pair 12.5% more often than one of them make the optimal lineup. That is absolutely atrocious. Average ownership for 8,900, 29%. We have 11% leverage on this side alone, guys. 11%. Stay away from the $8,900 salary. That's all I'm saying. 28.36% finish win rate to a 38, almost 39% decision win rate. You want to see the finish win rate higher than decision. Usually that gets you more points. 2-to-1 people that finish fights make optimal lineup over decisions. 2-to-1. Orthodox versus Orthodox. 20.72% average ownership for the dog salary here. So almost 10%, I guess not 10, 8% less. We are still over leveraged to this salary, guys. This is not a good salary pair. Over leveraged by 1.32%, 11.94% finish win rate, 17.91% decision win rate. These two salaries have fought each other 67 times. The $8,900 salary has made optimal 12 of those 67 times. That is less than 18% of an optimal. Terrible. Has a 67% win rate. That's good. That's the best stat on this whole card probably. But when it does win, guys, it's too expensive. It only makes optimal 26.67% of the time. 1 out of 4 times, basically, it wins. That is not good enough. 96.86 average DraftKings points per win. Meanwhile, across the board at 7,300, it has made optimal 1 time more than its $8,900 counterpart. 13 times optimal rate, sub 20, 19.4. This is atrocious. 29.85 win rate. When it does win, it makes optimal 65% of the time, 88.5 points on average, guys. And that goes right up. You know, I'm personally picking Demir to win this fight, and he does not generally score well. So that lines up perfectly with how the salary usually scores in this case. So I will be fading this fight. None of these numbers are decent. Other than lightweight and fight 13. I don't like any of them. We're way, way, way over leveraged to the $8,900 salary. I think you know what this is going to be, Green Reaper. Gosh dang it, every single time. I don't understand. We're going to get a frozen jack, guys. Unlike Bernie, if you see a frozen jack, you've gotten lost in the maze. You are not making it out. Danny's covered up his tracks because he's the smartest little kid that you've ever seen, and you're just going to be stuck in the maze shouting Danny until it's just a caveman grunt. And then you wake up the next day looking like this. You're lost in the sauce, my guy. The salary score of 8,900, 10.82. That is 25th best out of 30. Not good. The salary score of 7,300, 10.04. 21st out of 30. So while better than its much more expensive counterpart, not good. This is a big fade for me. Like I said, I'm picking 7,300 to win, but I am fading this one for DraftKings as it just does not line up with our salary voodoo. Guys, we have one more fight to get into. Hit that like on the video, subscribe to the MMA Engine. Picked by Tommy Touchy. Guys, these are 3 guys that have been in every single comment section. Join them in 2023 and get your fight talked about on Salary Voodoo. 8,500 against 7,700. Middleweight fight at 185. Someone makes optimal 50.79% of the time. This is currently fight number 14. Terrible optimal rate, 43.75%. But the salary pair of 85 and 77 tells a different story. 58% optimal, and we are 6, almost 7% under leverage, and you know that means good things. Positive is negative, negative is positive when we're talking leverage. So we got some great leverage here at -7%. For the main event, Sean Strickland, 8,500. Average ownership for that salary is 27.5%. Leverage there, over leveraged by 3.5%. Not what we want to see. This is an Orthodox versus Switch matchup. Orthodox has a 52% win rate over Switch stance fighters. 27.85% finish win rate. 20.25% decision win rate. So very, very good numbers there. 7,700. Average ownership for this salary, 23, almost 24% is what we'll call it. Guys, we are under leveraged by over 10% to the $7,700 salary. My goodness, this is amazing, amazing leverage. Get 7,700 in your lineups. Switch stance wins against Orthodox 47% of the time. We have a 26.5% finish win rate compared to a 23% decision win rate for the $7,700 salary. Guys, these two salaries have fought each other 79 times, with the favorite salary making the optimal 19 of those 79 times, for an optimal rate of 24.05%. Not quite where you want to be. You want to be in that at least 25%. Has a win rate of 49.37%. May as well be 50-50 for this fight, as they are both the same. And then the percent optimal in wins. So when 8,500 does win, makes optimal 48.72% of the time. Average points per win, 97.63. Meanwhile, the dog salary, 7,700, has made optimal almost more than any other salary. This is possibly, top 5 salary. We'll have to see in a minute. But 7,700 has made optimal 27 times, 8 more times than its $8,500 counterpart. That is an optimal rate of 34.18, one of the highest overall. 34% optimal, guys. That means 1 out of every 3 times this salary steps into the cage, it makes the optimal lineup. Not wins, but makes optimal. 50% win rate, basically. 69.23% of its wins, it makes the optimal lineup. 99 points per win is a fantastic number, guys. My goodness, no wonder it's negative 10% leverage. We got ourselves a Bernie here. We got ourselves a Bernie, Tommy Touchy. Sean Strickland, 8.24 salary score. That is good for 13th best overall out of 30 salaries. So, above average, just barely, but right there. And then the $7,700 salary, 6.4 salary score, 3rd best overall, and it is a dog salary, guys. One more time, the best salary, I believe, is 9,500. 8,600 is second, and 7,700 is the 3rd best. So there we have it. Love this fight for DraftKings. Let's take a look at the recap before we get out of here. UFC Vegas 66. We've got the Battle of the Saids. Nurmagomedov is at 8,200. Kakhramonov is at 8,000. Play that fight. That is a Bernie. We've got Damir Ismagulov, 7,300, going against Arman Tsarukyan at 8,900. We got ourselves a frozen jack, and it was not close. That is a terrible fight to play for Salary Voodoo. And we capped it off with the main event of the evening, Sean Strickland, a middleweight fight against Cannonier. Fantastic Salary Voodoo on both sides, but especially the dog side of 7,700 Cannonier. So guys, that is how we are playing this one. Thank you so much for sticking around. Kind of a longer video, still did it in less than 20. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you again for sticking around with me here in 2022. Kenny's not around for him to say thanks, but I promise he does say thanks. Lana's around here somewhere as well. But guys, yeah, I mean, it means the world to me that you guys like this show. It was just a stupid little idea that I came up with that I really honestly have a lot of fun doing. So I just love stats, and I love stats that nobody else has that may or may not be meaningless. So thank you for going on this journey with me. Thank you for helping us out with the MMA engine as well. We absolutely love it and have a ton more stuff coming down the pipe in 2023. As usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.